morning buzz, being on a Tuesday, and the date is date 11 mwezi wa 4 pale, na mwaka ni 2023. I hope Mungu ameweza kuwalinda during the Easter holidays. Good Friday muli enjoy fiti, Saturday pale weekend na Sunday. I hope you guys have been well. Now we here. I want to thank you sana, because when you're here, great things happen. So as I said earlier, my name is Ezra Omari. I want us to engage in a very dynamic topic today that has really troubled a lot of people during the Easter holidays. And so, as normal, I want to say hi to my YouTube people. I can see there's Delphine is listening live from Nairobi, Kenya. So there are others here. Alpha, you're listening. Welcome to the episode. So I'd want you to register with me your location. You tell me where you're listening from, and on the comment section, tell me about how your Easter has been and how you've been faring on, maybe. And at the end of this show, tumejifundisha a lot. So for today's topic, I want to have a look at a number of issues that happened over during the weekend. But the major thing that happened is I saw there were very many weddings. Very many weddings took place, and people were getting married during the Easter holidays, including your favorite Akobe was getting married. So I think things are revolving around relationships. For a wedding to take place, for somebody to get married, watu lazima wamepitia kwa relationship. So our topic today ni kuongelelea about relationship. I know that's a very interesting topic. That's a very wide topic, and there are very many things we can learn from that place. With your input and my input, we can be at a balance, so that we know how we supposed to improve our relationships. Pale nyumbani, pale kazini, najua kuna wale mko kazini sahi and you're watching live. I want to thank you so much. So mkikuwa pale kazini, kuna vile you guys do communicate. So that's also a relationship. Kuna wale ambao ni wapenzi sasa na wako kazini. So they're in the same job and they lovers. So hapo kuna two different types of relationship. So when we talk about relationship, people tend to think about the boy and girl type of relationship, of which I don't think that is only the relationship that exist in this universe. There are very many relationships. Like now, we having that one being the one between two people who are attracted to each other. I'll not say about boy and boy or guy and girl, but the first relationship that tends to maybe take a larger portion in the life of a person is the romantic relationship. That's the first type of relationship. And so before we go far, remember this episode is brought to you by the Geoman company. That's an online esports company that brings to you a mobile app by name Joga Bonito. So for the guys on YouTube, I think you can have a look at the banner that is running on the bottom of the screen, it's having a link and a phone number. So the GeoMan company is bringing to you an app by name Joga Bonito. And that app is here to make your life more engaging, to make your life more fun. Imagine, this is the only app that is open for your ideas. Any idea you may be having about the whole episode of uh, having fun is there. You want to create an event, ingia GeoMan pale, ongea na organizers pale, they'll give you direction and they can host an event for you guys. Now, it will be a whole episode of having fun. So, secondly, GeoMan brings to you something we call extra earning. Yani, when you're having the app, there are competitions. You can compete there, and when you stake something, let's say you having this friend of yours whom usually tells you, I can do bad to you when it comes to football gaming. I can do bad to you when it comes to table pool gaming. So that's the platform. He can be at his place or she anaweza kuwa kwake na wewe uko kwako, and you guys can still game. You see, mnacheza ni kama ni real time game. So instead ya wewe kwenda pale pool, maybe watu wamejaa, mngoje wale wamalize, you can have your own tournament on your side. So this GeoMan stuff is bringing to you something so exciting. So having said that, I can see people are still joining on the comment section, and I want to welcome you all. Kuna ule ananiambia anaitwa Ali from Mombasa. Thank you for joining. Anauliza GeoMan ni nini? Ndugu, GeoMan is a company, and that link on the bottom of your screen uki put on your browser, itakupa direction to the download section ya GeoMan. So ingia pale, click, and then we'll be good to go. So before I forget what I was saying, we were talking about relationships. For those who are joining now, tulikuwa tunaongea about types of relationships. The first one we said is romantic relationships. That's the relationship between two people who are attracted to each other intimately. This type of relationship involves emotional and physical intimacy. Jina kubwa hiyo, intimacy. Yani mapenzi. People loving each other. Mnaniget? So in this type of relationship, we tend to learn that it's the only type of relationship that a person feels entitled to something. I mean, you should treat them in a certain way, and if you want it to continue. But if you don't want, you can either choose it to go another direction. So I'll go to the second, I'll be listing the types of relationships, and then after that, we'll come to the communication part of them, maybe to the boundaries where one is supposed to reach. So the second type of relationship is familial. The relationship between family members. You see, that's also another one. That one, nobody chooses to have like this family or that family. You're born where you don't choose. So where you're born is where you get your family members. Includes siblings, extended family. You see, somebody can become a member of the familial relationship either through marriage and whatever. So it has a lot of dynamics. especially going back to the family traditions, how family starts, whatever. Yeah, that's the second type. The third type of relationship is the friendship part. And friendship comes and goes. So it's also dynamic because at each and every point, somebody had a friend, and maybe you differed and never continued. So in this, it's usually based on interests. The friendship is usually based on interest. That's a small explanation that maybe you're sharing a common interest or you're supporting each other, something like that. So the third one, the first one we said about yeah, love, yeah, intimacy. So that's the first one. The second one was talking about familial relationship. The third one was about friendship. So we're having the fourth one is professional relationship. These are relationships that comes to you in your line of work, in your line of duty, maybe your business partners, your business colleagues, or you're working in the same job. So that's also another type of relationship. And then now there's now this last one, the online relationship. I think this is one of the biggest and the most insecure type of relationship where today you can be friends with somebody on the net and then the next time you guys will be throwing banters at each other. So this tells you with the online type of relationship, it usually comes up with social media like these ones we having, me and you. Now we online friends. There's online gaming. There are those dating apps that can bring to you this whole stuff of online friendship. So having said up to that point, I'd want us to have a look at the breakdown of each and every relationship, the type of communication involved, the boundaries that one is supposed to reach, and the roles maybe in that friendship, and how to make that friendship be more safe. So these types of relationships will be tackled down in a series of episodes that will be happening each and every morning. So, as for today, having understood what a relationship, I want us to have a look at the romantic relationships. The romantic relationships, we said, involves emotional and physical intimacy. The emotions of one person are attached to the emotions of the second person. So you find yourself falling in love when emotions and physical intimacy is in place. People fall in love. So when people are falling in love, there is some things that are assumed. You may find that this person has a weakness in one point or the other, but you decide to fall in love regardless, maybe hoping he or she will adjust on some things. So that brings a whole perspective of communication. So in romantic relationships, the type of communication involved is really important because these are two people who've been brought together by emotional intimacy. These guys feel for each other, even though nowadays watu ni wakora bwana. You can have money and somebody falls in love with the money and not you. And the moment money inaisha, hiyo pia inaisha. So you should be very careful on romantic relationships. Unafaa kuiangalia imeianzia wapi, because kuna ile inaanza on the foundation of money na hiyo is destined to fail, because pesa ukiondoa kwa question, sasa hakuna kitu inabaki. So even as we'll be choosing to engage in relationships, I want to think that the whole stuff of relationships is being overrated, because there must be something that pulls you to that person. You can't tell me that you can go and maybe search for one person without having a special thing with that person. So that tells us that what you see and what you will get after you guys have come together, you expect them to be the same, but at times the majority of people find it to be a complete opposite. Now, that's where communication comes in. How do you handle your issues when one thing comes up? Maybe one person has a weakness of maybe texting, apendi kujulia mwingine hali. Hiyo ni rahisi. Is that a serious thing? Yeah, kuna wale who may want to be talked to after every 2 hours. So that brings in a whole episode of love languages. So first, communication has to happen. How do you communicate, you guys? Then secondly, you get to learn huyu anapenda nini. Anapenda kupigiwa simu ama anapenda kuonwa physically. I go to him or to her, namsalimia physically, nampa hug, namaliza. Kuna ule ako hivyo. Na kuna mwingine anaweza taka ukienda kumuona umpe hug. Hiyo haijatosha. Ndugu, hiyo haijatosha ama dada. Wampelekea gift pale. Gift. So kuna ule hata umpigie simu hakuna, atashika, mtaongea, hajatosheka, uende umuone, hajatosheka. Lakini ukienda na gift, hata biscuit ya fiber. Biscuit is so long. When you go with a biscuit, let's say, that's something, a small money, but you can have a look at it and say, kumbe, huyu msee ananipenda. So, each and every person akona different love languages. And so on the comment section, I want you guys to state your love language. Unaniambia mimi napenda kuletewa zawadi, kuna mwingine anapenda kushikwa, kuna mwingine anapenda kuambiwa maneno matamu, kuna mwingine tu labda ni texting na ako sawa. You see, so all those dynamics, when summed up, form one thing we call the love languages. And each and every person has a special thing about them. They have a special one thing that they want to be done to them. So tukisema hivyo, sasa kama mimi my love language ni gani? Hapana, mimi sikumbuki, siko pale. I'm not there. But on the side ya love language, I hope you guys are able to understand. Know what you and your partner love. Jua huyu mtu anapenda nini. Isikuwe wewe ni ule mtu ambaye you just act out of yourself na you don't want to adjust to your partner's maybe preferences, zile anaweza kutaka afanyiwe. Wewe ni kuwa a dictator. So being a dictator hapa haiwezi work kwa romantic relationship. So if you are a keen person, you learn that in all these things, each and everything has a has a direction it can follow. And so when we talk about these love languages, there's one thing I want us to learn about. One thing called a doctor. There's a doctor called Dr. Gary Chapman who sat down, spent his time, researched, and then came up with something called a series, a 5 set of love language. So alianalyze sana na alifanya research sana, so hatuwezi mwandamine, but we can have a look at what he said, because most of what he said feature in almost our entire lives. So kuna watu watajiuliza, huyu alikuwa nani huyu Dr. Gary Chapman? Huyu jamaa was a pastor. Wengi wenu hapa najua ni mapasta, lakini sio wale mapasta huko ndani. He was a pastor, a public speaker, a marriage counselor, na huyu jamaa aliandika hadi vitabu. Alipeana a number of speeches in the United States na outside the USA, na topic zilikuwa about marriage, family and relationships. So he used to host a national syndicate radio program, na huyu jamaa alikuwa ni pastor, vile niliwaambia, wa Calvary Baptist Church in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. So this is in the USA. So I want to think that whatever this man said can be of great help to us this morning in understanding the one type of relationship that's called the romantic relationship. So there are 5 key things in examining the suitability of a love language. The first one being love. Love is a human need, and mostly love can define your emotional well-being. Sometimes watu wengine hapa mko hapa, mind iko na shida, you having headaches here and there, ujui shida ni gani, umeenda ukapimwa hospitali, hauna ugonjwa, umemeza Panadol, unaishi peke yako, uko tu na mabeshte. Sometimes what you need is love. So ukionyesha upendo, not only love but romantic relationship, can help you in building your emotions and having an emotional well-being. This mostly applied to ladies. Ladies, sometimes all you need is love. Sio kila saa unaenda ukikunywa tembe na nini na tikichwa. Hapana. Jaribu this thing called love, and maybe that's where a solution is found. So, but that love cannot substitute your other things ambazo you're lacking. No, but love is one of the things that can help you have a stable emotional well-being. So you can have a look at that, and maybe if you are a bachelor, kama mimi, you can think of getting one and focusing to fall in love. But before you do that, make sure you use your mind and your head. It's good you're here and you're having 18 years, you don't want to fall in love. No. You're still in school. Secondly, there is one key fact again you can call communication. I said about communication, so that one I'll not repeat about it. The third one is positive and uplifting words. The words you speak, if they affirm something, you can show love by expression of words. Like now, I don't want to say, but there's a case I saw one person telling the other. I know it's a man telling the woman, "I love you." That's in text. I love you, and I don't want to come and see you and say hi to you. I miss you so much. Then, do you know what was the response from the lady? This thumb chonjo. Until I'm like, you guys. So the man was affected in a way, and that is not supposed to be the case of romantic relationship. So wewe kama upendi huyu mtu mwambie, because the words of affirmation need to be responded back to with words of affirmation, ama pia what ule mwingine anapenda. Kama anakwambia wants to come over and say hi to you, sasa mwambie you can come over. Sasa hii ni gani? Unaona ikidol hapa haiwezi, inaweza haiwezi. The fourth thing nimesema vitatu. Ya nne ni spending quality time. There's something called quality time with your lover. Quality time. Underline quality, not quantity. Quality. Wazungu wanasema quality. So this quality time is something you can create and go salimie and make sure it's quality. Msiende huko kupigana na kwanza kusolve makesi za miaka iliyopita. You guys can assume whatever is taking place and spend the quality time with yourselves. Kuna kitu kingine nilisema about gifting. Unampelekea present, zawadi, isikuwe labda ni ya pesa mingi ati sasa unataka ununue gari ndio uende kumpa. Sasa tunajua kuna deal na ngoja ikivana huyu nitambaia gari. You ever find yourself saying that? Wewe jua mapenzi does not exist in you, because this stuff of gifting, kupeana gifts, you give from what you have. Sio ati sasa unangoja ukuwe na ndo ile unayo. Uko na 50 bob, yes, let me buy for her ama let me buy for him. Hata wasichana you can buy gift for the gent. Let me buy for him something we call kalamu. Kalamu hapana. Chani mununulie sweeti basi. Mununulie biscuit na miwa. Kuna wale mnapenda miwa. Mimi nikinunuliwa miwa atasikia vizuri yani. So unaweza, but the bottom line is you can give to your person in a way, and that usually puts more confidence in that person, because if you can think about him or her and go to a point of buying something for that person, I think that's something good. So the other thing is doing something useful for your partner in a common way. Sasa hiyo mtaelewa kweli? Kama kununua gift ni shida, unangoja ukuwe na pesa ndio ununulie. You are doing useful things for your partner. Will you understand? Let me try to explain it to you. When we say doing useful things, there's a point in time where you want to have options, and you're trying to weigh between these two options, hii na hii. hii nikifanya my partner will benefit in such a way. Hii nikifanya he or she will not. So when you're doing your things and you want to have your partner in mind and let her know or let him know that you care about them, you can do things in their favor. There's an example here naweza ipatiana, lakini that example is for the big people, si ya watoto kama nyinyi. Unajua si watu tuko married, we can have a lot of dynamics to do. Let me say today, for example, I'm being called somewhere and by my friends, by my male friends, and there's this partner of mine who wants to spend time with me. So who will I give a chance? My friends will be talking with me and having fun, and my partner also tutaongea na yeye. So I'll always choose my partner because my friends are always there na tunaweza kuongea hiyo kesho, but my partner, if I mess today, I think the same impression cannot be tomorrow. So I don't want to give this person the first priority because I want our things to move in a way that is common. Isikuwe yana pull that direction na una pull that direction. So the last thing I don't want to say about romantic relationships is pinpoint your primary love language. Usikule mtu ambaye ni anonymous. No, don't be anonymous. Usikule unasema ati you come to learn sijui ni. No, you can make it easier for your partner to realize your love language. You see, ataona ile kitu unapenda kufanya and he'll be like, hey, that is the point. Na atamejor on that na atamake it more useful to you, and in the end long, you guys wenye mulianza a romantic relationship will end up giving us something we call a family. And I want to tell you guys, there is no sweet place in this world like being in a family. But before you get into a family, have a look at all these things. In love too, there are very many things we'll be talking about. But before you start entering into family, have yourself ticking all the boxes. This one, I want to live with this person. Okay, lazima ukuwe umepitia all the love languages, umejua vile anajiexpress. Kila mtu is different. Umeelewa your person and you definitely know I'm going to do something with this person. You plan your life, you find yourself going into something which you are aware of it. So that's the only thing that planning is needed. Falling in love needs a plan. But these all other things, they don't need a plan. Like, you want to start doing something? You want to start a business? You start. Because hiyo sio kama hii ingine ya mpendo. You find yourself pushing. Let me start tomorrow. Let me start this. Like now, this podcast I'm doing, this video I'm doing. You think I've been trying to do this for how many times? Let me not tell you because you can find yourself giving up. All I want you to know is if there's something you want to start that. Ianze immediately. Don't wait. Because in the waiting is where Satan lies. Hapo ndo shetani yupo. Na shetani akikupata pale, hizo plan zote zinakwisha. So Up to that point, I think I'm done with the love, the romantic relationship stuff, and I do want to call it a day for today, even though we started late. But I think we've learned something, and we're going to learn more in these coming days. So those on YouTube, naona pale, you guys are still active, though you when you send your comment like liking the show, you can also add your location and people can know where you are. And one of these fine days, we can invite you here on Fridays. You come, you tell us, you give us your views, and it will be a nice thing. So I'm wearing a cape, guys. Now, hii cape hapa has a name called Jiweman. Kwa wale mlikuwa hapo wanzilishi, I was talking about the Jiweman company. On my background, you can see there's a in Man U, you can see Man U, Man City, there's Liverpool hapa, kuna hii ingine Arsenali. You see, all these things are just but a peep into the great things awaiting for you. So kama wewe ni football fan, Geoman is the best platform for you. Kama wewe ni fan wa pool table, best platform for you. Kama wewe ni fan wa basketball, that is the place to be, because they be giving you a whole new dimension of engaging yourself in fun. So you'll find that most of these things, it's not a must you'll be out of your place for you to engage. You can have a live audience on your screen, and you and your other person can engage in the fun engagement process. Kama kucheza futa, unaweza cheza. And so if there's a point after mmecheza, you guys can go for an extra mile and request. Imagine, this is the only company that can grant you your request if it falls within the threshold. You request them that we want to meet each other physically and have fun. So we're inviting. Geoman will do all the branding for you, everything for you, and your tournament will take place as per the ways you want them to happen. And Geoman also has a lot of ideas for you. So if it's something you've been trying to do, you've been trying maybe to sell your stuff, you've been trying to open up your market and link to customers, Geoman has got you, because it's huge fan base. Makes it convenient for them to help you, because I think there are football fans all over the world that are engaging in this Geoman.com stuff, this online engagement and having fun. So this is brought to you by the Geoman company. Now it's bringing you an app by name Joga Bonito. Joga Bonito can be accessed on the link that in a run down there as a banner on your screens, and ukishaingia pale you download the app, kuna hiyo namba ya WhatsApp, you can WhatsApp and join the link, itakuwa pale kwa interface ya app, and you'll find yourself in a good place. Guys, Geoman is not something to miss. Up to that point, I want to call it a day. I want to thank you guys for being here. For those who are still sending comments, you can share the live, you can like and subscribe to these channels of ours. And wale watu wa TikTok, I do want you now to move and come to YouTube, because there are a lot of things you're missing. Sasa, in case I'm showcasing something on the game, how will you TikTok guys? But before I get to that place, yeah, could have even you having to look at this, I don't want you to join on YouTube. The account The YouTube account for the German company is a German football blog. Simple, German football blog. Then on Twitter, it's German esports. On Facebook, it's German esports. You guys ingia pale, like our page, follow us, and we'll be glad to have you guys. So until tomorrow, I bow